Okay, thank you very much. Can we all be seated?
Dear guests and graduates, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gabriella Keresturi and I am a lecturer here at LCBMIT. And together with Parveen, who is a senior administrator supervisor at LCBMIT, we will be honored to be your hosts for today's graduation event. Thank you very much for all of you for being here for this big and unforgettable day. This is the third graduation ceremony at the Memon Centre campus in London Borough of Lambeth. For the cohort of postgraduate diploma in business management 2010 and intermediate and professional diploma students. Today, we are all honored here to welcome our graduates and achievers. Let me share that today is a little bit different in its flavor, and we are not only going to see students celebrating their achievements, but also listening to representatives from various institutions, statutory organizations, academic organizations, to learn some of the vital perspectives.
Thank you, Gabriella. I would now like to introduce some of our guests here today who are going to be making some speeches. At the heart of any institution are academic standards, academic quality, and the student experience. Let me invite our Senior Quality Assurance Lead, Mr. Philip Lingard, on stage to talk you through some quality assurance. Thank you. Please welcome to Philip Lingard.
Right, good morning. Good morning, graduates, fellow colleagues, and honoured guests. It's a pleasure to speak on such an auspicious occasion today, and to do so as the representative of the college faculty. You know, your graduation today has set me remembering my graduation some 25 years ago at INSEAD in Fontainebleau in France. Like you, I had travelled to a foreign country speaking a foreign language in order to study. Receiving my MBA was the start of my, dare I say it, ever-developing career as a general manager, a serial entrepreneur, opera impresario, airline consultant, and most recently, a lecturer. As well as pursuing my career, I was also determined to give back voluntarily to society where I felt I could be most effective. And not surprisingly, given the amount of time I'd spent studying myself, I gravitated to the higher education sector. In management, quality audit consultancy, and as an external examiner at Lancaster, Malta, and Brighton universities, respectively. Through these educational experiences, I came to appreciate how critical quality assurance is for employers, so they can be confident in the knowledge and skills of the graduates they're employing. For awarding bodies, knowing that there is delivery of all learning objectives at the institutions. For the institutions themselves, in achieving consistency of excellence in teaching and assessment. And above all, quality is important for the students who are going to benefit from the fairness in opportunity which comes from that consistency of excellency, of excellent delivery promised by their college. So I'm delighted to have accepted the invitation from LCBMIT to transition from lecturing to become the head of the Quality Assurance Programme. The work I'm doing is wide-ranging, but it includes internal validations, and I've already been through 4 external validations. So I can confidently tell you that from the feedback that I've been receiving and the college has been receiving, LCBMIT is held in the highest regard for the quality of our faculty, the quality of our courses delivered, the quality of the assessment, and most importantly, the quality of the work produced by you, our student body. I wish you not only good health and happiness and fulfillment of your ambitions, but a life lived in the pursuit of quality in everything you do. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Many thanks, Mr. Lingard. I can say as a staff member, we assure we keep striving to meet the required standards and follow the principles of constant and never-ending improvement. So thank you very much.
Okay, now we've learned how important quality assurance is. But Parveen, you've been here longer than I have, so could you tell me something about how long the college has been running for?
Well, myself, I've only been here for a year, but the college has been running since 1999. We started off in a very small building with only 20 students, and we have expanded massively. We have now approximately over 1,500 students with us.
That is interesting. So the college has grown, has went a journey for thousands of miles, starting from small baby steps, went through hard work, community involvement, engagement, encouragement from entrepreneurs. So perhaps it would be nice to invite someone who is the architect of this dream. This brings me to introduce someone who is a mentor to all of us, whose support for people is endless. A community leader, a community entrepreneur, sharing his personal experiences and talking about the past, present, and the future of LCBMIT. Please, may I invite to the stage Chief Executive of LCBMIT, Mr. Toaha Qureshi MBE.
Good afternoon, or is it still morning? I think it's a very nice, beautiful weather today. I normally don't take my notes out and start delivering speech, but today I have been forced by the college team that I must stick to these papers. So I'm stuck here now. Thank you very much. First of all, may I welcome all the distinguished guests, graduates, the faculties, on this very important day for all of us. Dear graduates, students, faculty, and distinguished guests, our very old, not age-wise, friend, Hoey MP, Mayor of Lambeth will be here shortly. I welcome you to the graduation and award ceremony at London College of Business Management and Information Technology, the educational wing of Stockwell Green Community Services. The ceremony is celebration of the achievement of our students and also of the college as a whole. We have made significant progress in the last few years. LCBMIT was initiated by Stockwell Green Community Services, a community-based voluntary organization which is our umbrella body since 1999 until today. We work with local, regional, and central governments, particularly with London Borough of Lambeth, the Home Office, and European Union. Also, we worked very closely on a number of projects with Metropolitan Police. Then we operated from one classroom. I'm sure Kate knows, a very small room when we met back in 1999, 2000, when Kate was the Minister for Sports, if I can remember correctly. We had only 3 members who used to come to us for free education, and we were only 3 members of the management committee. And now you can see the difference. Those programs were non-accredited training programs. Now we have number of accredited training programs all the way up to postgraduate level. I would like to stress that most of the success that we are enjoying here today has been possible only and only the tremendous support we have received from people like Kate and many others sitting on the stage, as well as the members of the community sitting on my right and left. Without your support, that would not have been possible at all. We knew in 1999 that education was the most powerful tool to bring change, and we started not only offering GCSE or A-level tutorials free of charge, but we started offering employability enhancement program. One of our very famous program, which we initiated back in 2002 and 3, and we executed in partnership with the European Union and Metropolitan Police and Lambeth Council for 4 years, from 2004 to 2008. The project was called SEED, Support for Employability Enhancement and Development. And I remember when we sent the application to get that, probably £500,000, Kate wrote a supporting letter for us. Thank you very much for that. The college is operating on social welfare ethos. I'm sure many of you have received scholarships from the college, from Stockwell Green Community Services. And today I'm proud to say that we have 4 more scholarships. Our very dear friend, Mr. Jawad Raza from the Danmere Consultants, he's here, the third from right here. He has also offered 2 training places for those ACCA students who receive distinctions from this college, plus 2 scholarships for their last 5 papers. Thank you very much for those scholarships as well. Now LCBMIT has grown to over 3 campuses in London, 1 in Camberwell where we started, the second one Stockwell at YMCA, the third one is the Balham campus. And very soon we will be moving to very big premises in Morden, in North Cheam area. The place is 50,000 square feet, where we'll have the accommodation for our students, as well as the college and a shopping complex. May we welcome Councillor Niraj Patel, the Mayor of London Borough of Lambeth. Councillor Niraj Patel. Thank you. We have students from over 27 countries, including Afghanistan, where we see the education is a big problem now. In 2 decades ago, when the West went to support Afghans to disintegrate former Soviet Union, we left that country in lurch. So education has really suffered. So we have started one project there in Afghanistan to offer them scholarships as well as very subsidized education. So Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Cameroon, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Middle East, we have students from Saudi Arabia and Dubai, as well as the Philippines. So many students have come from those countries. Our faculties have grown in strength with lecturers from some of the top universities around the world, including Harvard in the US, London School of Economics, Cass Business School, Kent University, Birmingham City University, and so on and so forth. Over the next few years, LCBMIT has set a goal for becoming more research focused with the support of Professor Reynolds, sitting here with us, and Dr. Fragiskos Philippios, who is the senior lecturer and advisor of the college. And I'm proud to say that Professor Reynolds is also a member of the advisory board, and we're very thankful for his contributions, as well as Jason Wright, the chief executive of Association of Business Practitioners. He is also kindly accepted to be the member of the advisory board. Thank you very much. The college has further shown the commitment to grow the third sector and civil society organizations through designing a qualification in global community entrepreneurship with the support of Professor Reynolds and Jason Rife. Two universities hopefully will be working with us very closely, and they have been working with us in past as well, Anglo-Ruskin University as well as Birmingham City University. And I'm thankful for Jason's and Professor Reynolds' support and advice on that. However, to maintain the access of such third sector organizations and higher education institutions, the government should be more prudent in introducing policies that will not inadvertently affect these sectors. For example, cuts around big society and the current immigration rules. And I'm sure many of the students who have been through this painful 6 months didn't know what's happening. Now I'm pleased to say that the Home Secretary announced yesterday that till April 2012, those people who have graduated from this college and they will complete their MBA with Anglo-Ruskin University, they'll be able to apply for post-study work permit. And congratulations to you. We would urge our members of parliament and those working within government that are here today to work with us to ensure that efforts of the community, the contribution to the British economy through international students does not suffer. Our vision is to become university in the next 10 years. That vision is slowly becoming a reality as in a few months' time we will be moving into our new campus, which is 50,000 square feet. Renovation is well underway, and I would like to invite all our guests to the official unveiling of our new campus in June 2012 this year. In March 2008, John Denham, the then Secretary of State for Innovation, Universities and Skills, mentioned in his report a new university challenge, unlocking Britain's talent. That he had a vision of a university in every town and city. The current government talks of the big society and the role of social enterprises and social entrepreneurs. As an enterprise from the local borough of Lambeth that has grown from one classroom to this large institution, LCBMIT will become the first self-funded university for the community. And thank you for your support. We would like those here today that are working with local councils and central government to take this message back to those who need to hear it. We would urge you to work with LCBMIT to turn this into a reality. South London International College University. It will be Slick University. This is the name of the university. To the graduates, I say congratulations. I am personally touched by every one of you and your achievements. I hope you have enjoyed your time here and have learnt many things, but most importantly, how to be an effective member of British society. Please do benefit from the alumni scheme and the talent management scheme that we have in place. I thank you all for being present here, and I hope you rejoice when LCBMIT continues to overachieve on its objectives and becomes a university. Finally, there are many awards going on today, but I will tell you one little story. Those students who started here last year, this will be second time for them. This country, particularly London, is full of opportunities. When I came here in this country, I didn't have all this infrastructure. I worked hard with my family, with my community members, community leaders, the religious leaders, whether they were from Judaism, Christianity or Islam or Hinduism. We worked with them very closely, and without their support, this would not have been possible. I had only 50 pounds when I came in this country. I used to walk 2 miles to my workplace and come back home. I used to have big holes in my shoes. So please take this message very seriously. Work hard. God Almighty will reward you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Qureshi. You always speak and touch our lives and incite us to become more.
Thank you very much, Mr. Qureshi, for having shared some more insights about the past of LCBMIT, some more insights about present plans and future plans of the college. I know that your stories and your experience will inspire all of us, students, lecturers, and everyone who's present. And I'm sure, even speaking on behalf of the students, that they would like to thank you for giving them the opportunity to have come this far and be sitting here in this room today.
Lovely, thank you very much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, a special announcement. LCBMIT is an offshoot of a community organisation, Stockwell Green Community Services. Since the college project took the giant leap, it was decided that the college would acknowledge services of all those individuals and organisations who are sweating to make a difference. We would like to present something special as a souvenir to the high achievers in recognition, to the selfless services to community. Could I request Mr. Toaha Qureshi MBE and Mr. Professor Reynolds Martin to please come forward to present the first award. Thank you. And the first award is Awards for Services to Communities, and the award goes to Kate Hoey MP.
I don't deserve this.
In the sense of it.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Mr. Qureshi MBE, could I also invite on stage to also Kate Hoey to please come forward to present our second award. And the award is for Award for Service to Practitioners in the Community. And the award goes to Mr. Jason Rife. Yes, and we also have our third award. Can I also invite Dr. Alaric to come forward to present this award? And this award is for Awards for Services to Communities. Come forward, sir. Thank you. And the award goes to the Mayor of Lambeth, Councillor Dr. Neeraj Patel. Yes, we do have another award. Can I invite now on stage with Mr. Qureshi, Mr. Brian Cattell, to please come forward and present our fourth award. This award is for services to the youth, and the award goes to Mr. Umar Mahmood. Thank you very much. Congratulations. One more award. Okay, and this award goes to the services to communities as well, for the Jang Geo Group, the news, to Mr. Murtaza Ali Shah. Please come forward. Thank you, that's the awards done. Thank you very much.
Congratulations on the awards, and it shows immense pleasure that our guests continue to provide excellent services to the community. Parveen, could you tell me what's the secret behind LCBMIT's expansion? Is it our partners, collaborations, community ethos, or social welfare?
Well, it might be all of these, just a fine mix of all these ingredients. Why don't we ask someone who knew the organisation in its baby steps to decipher the code? Well, let's introduce an associate who has been through the process since early 2000, who can talk about the collaborative approach. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to welcome the local Member of Parliament here with us today. It brings me immense joy to introduce Kate Hoey, who is a British Labour Party politician who has been the Member of Parliament MP for Vauxhall since 1989, an effective partner of SGCS LCBMIT activities. Once Mr. Qureshi said, with great acknowledgement, that Kate clapped for us when no one else was taking us seriously. Let's give a warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on stage to Kate Hoey, MP.
Well, thank you very much indeed for that introduction, and it is a great pleasure, and indeed it's an honour to have been invited by Toaha today to be here to share in the celebration of, first of all, your success in graduating all of the students, but also in the success of this fantastic college. And I'm delighted that my history, as Toaha has referred to, goes back to the very beginning of what we have seen here today. It's some 20 years since I've met, I think, Toaha first, but particularly involved with the project which he set up in Stockwell Green. A very small project, very small beginnings. And I think if we'd been sitting there then and looking to the future, I really don't think that we would have imagined, Toaha, that in that very short time we would see what started as a determination that those young people and older people were going to get a real opportunity for education, and an education that was going to give them the skills and the determination and the fortitude to really ensure that they had a future which they could take whatever they wanted to do, either to stay in this country and make their own businesses or become other jobs within society, or if they wanted to go back to their country or to another country. And I think what Toaha has achieved has been just amazing. And it's come about because of determination. And I think all of you young people here today and the older people who are graduating, and I know this is only the beginning because many of you will be going on to continue your education and to get your MBA and to begin to set up your own businesses, to forge that entrepreneurship which was mentioned earlier. But many of you, I think, will look back in 20, 30 years' time to what you got out of being here at this college, to the support that you got from the staff, from the lecturers, from the support that you got, particularly to many of you here, from your families. You know, when I was young and I was at school, and then I went on to college, I qualified as a physical education teacher, and then I took an economics degree. And all during that time, I had fantastic support from my family and from my parents. But at the time, I didn't actually really appreciate it. I didn't realize just how much effort and support they had put into supporting me. And so it's nice to see today so many of the families who are here. And I know that you individually know the people who have supported you, who've given you that little bit of extra confidence and told you to keep going when perhaps the time was getting tough, because the time gets tough for all of us. And of course, at the moment, this country is facing very tough times. One of the reasons I'm rushing off soon will be, of course, because today, those of you who are business students will be extremely interested in what the Chancellor of the Exchequer has to say in the budget. Now, I think some of you probably sitting here might have your own ideas from the studying that you've done of what should be in that budget. But whatever is in that budget, we all know that we're facing tough times. But of course, as people used to say, and I remember it's an old expression, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And I'm sure there were times during your studying that you actually felt, can I really keep doing this? Can I juggle everything that is important to me and still get a satisfactory result at the end? So I'm very, very pleased that I'm here to share that with you today. I also want to just to say, in terms of the college generally, I look forward to all the changes that are going to happen. I look forward to it becoming the university of which will have had its beginnings in the London Borough of Lambeth. And I hope, Toaha, that at some stage you will be able to, working with the politicians in Lambeth, really get that backing and support so that you can establish again in Lambeth what you're now going to be doing in Morden and what you're doing here. I wanted just to offer, because I know that I think they would enjoy it, offer a visit to the House of Commons by the student ambassadors. I think they would enjoy that, and I think you would come and see how a Member of Parliament spends their day. Because I know we get, these days, Members of Parliament get quite a lot of criticism, but most Members of Parliament work extremely hard and really do try to make a difference. And one of the things that I felt so strongly about Toaha was that he was prepared to look out and work with the community representatives, work with the local councillors, work with all the established bodies, because partnership is actually what will make our country great again. We need, everybody has a contribution to make, whatever your educational background. And you individually today have a huge opportunity, I think, to achieve enormously over the next number of years because of the value of the education that you've got here today. And it may have been a struggle, but I think you will all discover, and I'm sure you feel today as you sit there very proudly, you have achieved a huge amount already. And I think the future, not just of this college, of our community, but of this country, with the kind of education that you've been getting and what you've been doing, I think we have a great future to look forward to. So congratulations to all of you. Enjoy the rest of the day and pat yourselves on the back, because you really do deserve it. Well done.
Thank you for making the effort to be here today with us, Kate. As Kate mentioned, it's through her support and other statutory bodies that LCBMIT has grown. Kate has always extended her support, and she has seen us from a small youth project grow into such a big academic institution, LCBMIT. We won't keep you long, Kate, because we know you're catching your flight soon, but thank you for being here today again, and we'll move on.
We'd like to apologize for the slight alteration in the first place in the order of the program. But next, I would like to invite a very special guest who is a member of LCBMIT's advisory board and is also a dean of the Ashcroft International Business School at Anglia Ruskin University. Can we please invite to the stage Professor Martin Reynolds to share with us the challenge to business education, innovation in higher education at LCBMIT.
Thank you and good afternoon. The reason why there's a slight change is it's an opportunity to catch up on the programme, because I've got a few words to say, but and I'll keep it fairly brief. But it's a great pleasure to be here to celebrate the success of the graduates today, and also as a member of the College Advisory Board. The headline for the brief comments I'm going to make is entitled A Challenge to Business Education, and in many respects I think I might reinvent that to be the challenge to business graduates. That is the challenges that you are likely to face as you develop your careers. And there are three things I really would like to say. It does bring memories back of my graduation. It's heaven forbid 35 years ago I was sitting in the seat that you now are sitting in, waiting to collect my degree certificate on stage. And I just want to echo the thoughts of all the speakers today and congratulate you on the success of all the hard work that's gone into getting to where you are today. And I know you'll all have individual stories about the challenges that you've had to meet in getting your awards today, as well as collectively as a group of students in the college. Tremendously well. Fantastic job, well done, and really, really enjoy your day. The second thing I want to observe, I recently returned from a conference in Hong Kong, literally last week, and the title of the conference was Going Global. And I was listening to one of the presenters, a senior government official from China, talking about their motivation for their higher education model that they were developing, to develop people who will lead and manage change in the global business world. And that struck a chord with me really in terms of what the motivation might be behind the types of programs that many of you have been studying on, and what is expected of you in terms of the impact that you're going to make as you pursue the next stages of your career. Leading and managing change. And I reflect on my 35 years since I graduated, and there have been many, many things that have happened in the business organizational world that I could not have possibly predicted 35 years ago. And even in the last few weeks, as many of you know, around the world, there have been some momentous events that have actually happened that you just could not possibly contemplate at the time that you might wish to reflect on what might be happening in the world. What is for sure is that the kind of challenges and opportunities that you will face over your future careers, they're not actually necessarily conceivable at this moment in time. You're going to face some interesting times, to be sure, and what I would echo my main message here is to wish you well in your future careers, and hope that you, in your own ways, individually and collectively, do make a difference to your organizations, to your local communities, to your countries, as you develop your career over the years to come. The third thing I would just like to reflect on very briefly as part of my role in the advisory board here at the college is that in developing programs and courses to help develop the next generation talent, a college like this needs to be innovative. It too has to design and develop new and exciting programs that develop the future generations of talent that are going to go out and make a difference and impact in the world. And I can really endorse what I think is a very important message for you to take away with about the college from which you are graduating today. This really is at the forefront of community-based education in the UK, and I think even, in fact, broader afield than the UK. And it's my great pleasure to be associated with the agenda, both of what the college is doing now, but also its future plans. The reference has been made a number of times today about the ambitions of this college to move towards becoming a university. That is a very, very big target, but I hope you too have had the experience to get the belief that the ambitions of this college are well within the sights of what it will achieve over the coming years. One of the areas that I'm working on with the team here in the college around some new programs at master's level in community entrepreneurship. And that is just an example for me of the kind of innovative thinking that the faculty and the team here at the college have as they develop the future model for higher education in this particular college. So I'm going to finish there, reinforce the message. Well done, fantastic job, congratulations, really enjoy your day. Leaders of change. This is something I want you to reflect upon in your future careers, as I have in mine. And there's one thing I can certainly say. When I was sitting there 35 years ago, waiting to collect my certificate, I have followed a career path that has had lots of unexpected twists and turns. And I suspect for many of you, some of you might be very focused on what you're going to be doing, but there will be many twists and turns. And I wish you well in your future career. And thirdly, you have graduated from a highly innovative college, and you need to be proud of your association with the college. And I do hope that you maintain your future connections with the college, because your connections in the future are likely to help this college to maintain its path of innovation. Well done, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Reynolds, for having shared your experience with us. And we are greatly honored that you are a member of LCBMIT's advisory board. Which brings me to ask Parveen, what do you think about tanks?
Tanks? Come on. I'm a peace-loving person. Say no to war.
No, not those tanks.
Oh.
What do you think about think tanks?
Think tanks? Well, they're a great way to advise the government on strategy and policy.
Exactly. Let me crack it that LCBMIT's success and partnering up with one of those think tanks, which is one of the most recognized think tanks in the UK, the one which produced foreign secretaries and string of ministries and policymakers.
Ah, do you mean the Bow Group?
Exactly, Parveen, yes. LCBMIT's success and development has been achieved through collaborative partnerships, as mentioned a little bit earlier. Another association called the Bow Group has been a partner of LCBMIT, and today we have with us the chairman of the Bow Group. Please give him a warm welcome to the stage, Mr. Brian Cattell.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for inviting me along today. It is a great honour to be here at LCBMIT, and I want to echo the strong point that it is primarily the students here that deserve our congratulations. This is a milestone that you will always remember, and it is in a way a defining milestone, because it is the end of one part of your careers, the part of taking on knowledge, and it is the beginning of a new world and a world of achievement, which for some of you will, I very much hope, be in this country, contributing to the recovery and the growth of the British economy, but for many others of you will be going back to your countries, many different countries, I know, around the world, to contribute and help build those societies. But I also wanted to pay tribute, of course, to our host and patron, Mr. Qureshi, and it is a great honour for me as chairman of the Bow Group to have worked with Mr. Qureshi over the last couple of years, and for us to have had the opportunity to work with him. Many of you may know we are one of the oldest political research organisations, think tanks, around. And we were founded 60 years ago in a very different environment, but we've only managed to continue and hopefully continue to contribute to the debate by seeing the currents in society, in education, in the economy, and observing them and working with the people that are driving them. And Mr. Qureshi is certainly one of the people that is that. And Mr. Qureshi mentioned the big society. The big society, I think, is a very big concept which has probably not been as well understood as it might have been. And I think that's partly because it's been seen in a very theoretical way. People in Whitehall and Westminster sitting there mentioning this catchphrase, this tagline. But what the big society really means is something absolutely critical to the future of this country. It is about people like Mr. Qureshi and the team here at the college energising their communities, working with their communities to deliver what has been delivered here, which is a high-class asset for the community, an asset for international students, delivered at a very high quality, but accessible and affordable. And I think that is an achievement that we should all applaud, and we should applaud the man who has driven that mission for the last 20 years. And I think what strikes me more than anything is the vision, which I think which is very important, the vision to go beyond what has already been achieved, which is considerable, but the vision to drive this college forward, to create the SLIC, the South London International College University. I think that is breathtaking, and I look forward to working with Mr. Qureshi and helping in any way that I can, working with a think tank to help deliver that. So I'd just like to finish by saying it is an honour to be here today. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to Mr. Qureshi and the team, and I wish you every success in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Brian, for sharing a little bit more about what these think tanks are all about. Now we know a little bit more about them. And Parveen as well.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so now all our graduates here are graduating after completing their postgraduate diploma in business management, and it's awarded by our partners ABP, Association of Business Practitioners. It's very special that we have here today Mr. Jason Rife, CEO of ABP, to share this memorable occasion. Can we give him a big round of applause and invite Jason on stage to share the value of an ABP ABE qualification?
Good afternoon, everybody. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to visit the London College of Business Management and Information Technology. LCBMIT is a flagship ABP-approved centre, has been now for a couple of years. It continues to meet and even exceed our expectations in terms of its provision of ABP programmes and its approach to pastoral care. Many congratulations to all the graduates here of ABE and ABP programmes, in particular those who have completed the ABP postgraduate diploma in business management. You've successfully met the learning outcomes of a truly vocational programme, which is pitched at level 7 on the UK National Qualifications Framework and Qualifications and Credit Framework. This programme, just like any other ABP programme, is based on the very latest national occupational standards. These are standards that have been developed by sector skills councils, such as the Council for Administration. The CFA is the leading government-recognised standard-setting organisation for business skills in the UK, representing over 10 million UK employees to date. So these occupational standards, they're not based on the whims of old academics locked away in their ivory towers. They're developed in partnership with employers. So you can be assured that the learning that you've completed is absolutely relevant to the current needs of UK and international industry. Now, in addition to these national occupational standards, we also ensure that our qualifications reflect the latest UK Master's degree subject benchmark statements produced by the Quality Assurance Agency, the regulator for higher education in the UK. This reinforces the credibility of ABP qualifications from a higher education perspective. Now, given that the majority of students here aspire to obtaining a master's degree awarded by a globally recognised university, we spend a great deal of time at ABP negotiating articulation agreements with UK universities. For example, holders of the ABP postgraduate diploma in business management can obtain advanced standing, in some cases up to 120 credits, towards Masters and MBA programmes awarded by many universities, including Anglia Ruskin, Gloucestershire, Worcester, Bolton, Leeds Trinity, Coventry University, London campus, Sunderland, and so on. In fact, I suspect there are many more universities in the UK that will consider giving advanced standing to ABP graduates on a case-by-case basis. Now, ABP quality assures its programmes by commissioning external verifiers. These individuals are not only subject specialists, but they are also experts in how to deliver and assess vocational qualifications. I'd like to finish with a quote from a recent report completed by an external verifier for the ABP Postgraduate Diploma in Business Management. LCBMIT is a well-run college that provides students with an excellent educational experience. The staff have a breadth of experience that is rarely seen in any other college. I praise indeed. So finally, I'd like to personally wish you all the very best of luck with your future studies and careers, wherever they may take you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason Rye, for supporting LCBMIT and on behalf of all students supporting our ABP qualification. So again, thank you very much and a big round of applause.
Next, I would like to ask Parveen, maybe she knows, or maybe you know, what is the biggest bear bug for international students? Does anyone know?
The bear bug, you mean the scary stuff?
Of course. No, it's not yours, the wrong answer. It is actually the English language, which is obviously a barrier for all of the people whose first language is obviously not English. And that is why the college considers it very, very important that the students coming to study over here, that they have an English qualification. And since the college, LCBMIT, is offering the Pearson Test of English, PTE, course and booking our students for the PTE exam, PTE is actually one of the hottest English language tests, which is fastly becoming very, very popular, and is one of the tests which is approved by the UK Border Agency. We have with us today Dr. Alaric, who will talk about the importance of English language in higher education and will tell us more about the PTE test. So please welcome Dr. Alaric.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, the first thing that I'd like to say is that it's an absolute pleasure and an honour to be here this afternoon. And for me, it's an absolute delight to see so many happy and successful learners. So congratulations to you all. Thank you. Now, I'm not going to talk at any great length at all. The reason being is because for me, I don't want to detract from the main aim of today's ceremony, which is quite literally celebrating your successes. I represent a company called Pearson. For those of you that don't know of Pearson or haven't heard of Pearson, Pearson is currently the largest education company in the world. We employ over 35,000 people in over 100 different countries all around the globe. Every year, literally hundreds of thousands of students take our vocational qualifications, our A-levels, our GCSEs, and crucially, our English language tests. So I'd like to just say a few words about the English language and why the English language is so important in the context of education and business. It's estimated that over the next 20 years, some 2 billion people will learn the English language. 2 billion people. That's an enormous number. And English language is now considered to be the main means of communication for both business and for education. All of the world's leading academic journals and academic publications are published in the medium of English. And for students who don't speak English as their first language, but wish to study in a medium of English, English language communication is absolutely vital to their academic success. The last thing I'd really like to say is that I'd like to personally commend LCBMIT's approach and for placing so much importance on English language, and crucially for choosing to work in partnership with Pearson to improve and assess the English language ability of their students. So thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing more about English and the importance of English language in the world. Parveen, do we have anyone who is the chief guest today?
Well, don't you see those students in our lovely gowns here?
But yeah. Are you the chief guest today? Lovely.
Well, then let me share an interesting fact. In the UK, according to the Code of Protocol, the mayor is considered the first citizen of any borough. Our chief guest is Dr. Neeraj Patel, the worshipful mayor of Lambeth. It is an honour that he is here to give us an insight into the fact that how important it is for our students to contribute to the local community, Lambeth.
Good afternoon, students. First of all, let me congratulate you all on becoming successful, and let me congratulate you all on getting your degrees in the MBA. Now, I have seen, so I was here for your induction, and now I'm here also for your graduation. A big applause to all the students. And I know, most of you are coming from the Indian subcontinent, and if you all remember that there is a famous quote from Amitabh Bachchan, which is "बुजुर्गों ने कहा था कि पैरों पे अपने खड़े हो जाओ, तो फिर ये ज़माना तुम्हारा है." तो आप सब अपने पैर पे खड़े हो गए अभी. अब दूसरों को भी अपने पैरों पे खड़े होने के लिए मदद कीजिए. So that's I'm very, very pleased. I'm very delighted to see that just exactly 1 year ago I was here for their induction, and now I can see them graduating now as full graduates, as postgraduates. And I would like to pay special tribute to Toaha Qureshi for his wonderful leadership. Thank you, Toaha. And also, I'm pleased to see Mr. Jason Rafe, who is the CEO of the Association of Business Practitioners, here on the dais. Welcome. And I would like to also welcome distinguished guests to Lambeth. Our MP, Kate Hoey, Mr. Saad Mahmood, Professor Martin Reynolds, Dr. Alaric Ray, Mr. Brian Cattell, Mr. Philip Lingard. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, students, a very, very warm welcome to the London Borough of Lambeth. And Let me tell you, there are two paths for prosperity. There are only two paths for prosperity and richness. One is either you have to be son or a daughter or a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law of a rich millionaire, or you should be a very, very highly educated person. So there are only two paths for richness, and I'm sure most of you will fall in the second category. I'm sure if you were son of a millionaire, I don't think you would be coming here. Exactly. So the thing is, it's so important that education is the secret to success in Britain. And let me tell you my own story. I came to United Kingdom in 1994. In 1994, I came to United Kingdom after qualifying as a doctor in India. And as I told earlier, the three important secret of succeeding in Britain is, first and foremost, is English language, as Dr. Alaric said, English, English, and English. And the second important thing is having educational qualifications. And the third important thing is adhering to British values. So adhering to British values, which is freedom of speech, tolerance, and respect to others at all times. So those are the three key important things that would make any individual succeed in Britain. And I'll tell you, Lambeth is one of the most diverse places on earth. We are one of the most multicultural, multi-ethnic boroughs in the country. And we are proud about our diversity. And we need you all more badly than any other time. Now, because as you know, public sector is almost bankrupt, and voluntary sector is also, which is always dependent on public sector, is struggling. So the only way we can revive the Lambeth economy and the British economy is through private sector. So it's important that you all become entrepreneurs, create jobs, and add prosperity to this country. So the country very much needs people like you more than any other time, because it's your innovative ideas, it's your entrepreneurship that is going to create jobs. When you create jobs, the country's GDP grows and there is prosperity in the country. So we are very, very dependent on you young graduates. So, and one more thing, I would like to offer you all a special visit to Lambeth Town Hall, and I would like to offer you all to come and interact with me. And just if you have any queries, you can ask me some queries as well. So I was discussing with Toaha. So this Sunday at 1 o'clock, the Sunday 27th of March, 1 o'clock, you all are welcome to the Mayor's Parlor. So once again, I congratulate you all on your success, and I can see some of you would become great entrepreneurs, and with your qualification, like exactly Jason said, you would be adding value to this college and you will be adding value to the country. So I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for providing a new perspective on your personal life, and it's been an honour to have you here, as always. So thank you very much again.
This is a big day for graduates. It's a memorable, unforgettable, valuable day. And we will now proceed with the main part of the whole day, graduation day, which is the graduation ceremony. The graduation ceremony will follow in a systematic order, so may I ask please the first row to go and find their places in the line, in the queue. Each graduate will be called out, a scroll will be presented to you, and you will progress onto the stage where you will be greeted by the honorable chief guests. Can I now please ask Mr. Toaha Qureshi MBE and the Worshipful Mayor of Lambeth, Mr. Niraj Patel, to meet the students and hand out the scrolls? No, they will receive the scrolls over there. So just greet the students and congratulate them. Can I also ask Mr. Jason Rife to join them for the first 15 students and congratulate the students, greet the students. I will start calling out the student names now, so may I ask you, when you hear your names, can you just please approach the stage, grab your scroll, and then come to the stage to get your picture taken. Samjana K.C. Thapa. Prem Prasad. Sunil Dehal.
Call this as soon as possible.
Geeta Dimal. Usman Ali. Saima Ibrar. Atma Ram. Shakila Albert. Samjana Acharya. Ayaz Mustafa. Cletus Taiwei. Asghar. Imran Asghar. Waqas Siddiq. Shishir Acharya.
Kheder Prasad. Can I now ask Mr. Philip Lingard, if you can come on to present some of our awards and greet our students, please. Thank you. Philip Lingard, please. Thank you. You can stay if you like. Thank you. Okay. Mohammed Aslan. Onisa Sohail. Rajesh Bista. Gusharan Singhem Raj. Malik Tanveer. Gulnaz. Abdul Aziz. Nasir Ahmed. Imtiaz Ahmed. Amir Sethi, passed with distinction. Zohaib Ahmed. Rabi Prasad.
Nadir Ali, Muhammad Tusif, Balram Sharma, Shabir Nawaz, Bilal Ahmed, Rajesh Koirala, Elizabeth Kamran Arslan, Tahir Mahmood, Muhammad Ayaz, Muhammad Safir, Shams ur Rahman, Santosh Lama, Kuram Zakir, Rana Fizal Akbar Khan, Muhammad Maqsood Sheikh, Arshad Ali Khan, Syed Imran Iqbal, Muhammad Numan,
Now we have a student from the Diploma Business Management, a pass. His name is Bob Sooner. Thank you, Philip. Could we now ask Mr. Brian Cattell to now present the certificate, certificate students who have passed as well. Our next lot of students are those who have passed our certificates. First one is Yagna Prasad. Vinod Rana. Basim Ali. Nuzat Shafira. SM Asad. Yagna Prasad. Sami Ullah. Our next student is a special sort of announcement, so we'll just say Jason. His name is Mr. Mohammed Yunus. And the most senior student as well. Thank you very much, everybody. All guests, thank you very much for taking part in our graduation ceremony. You can please take a seat. Thank you.
Okay, and now I would like to ask Parveen another question to see whether she knows what I mean. Have you heard about the icing of the cake?
Yes, I know, but where's the cake?
Well, that was just an idiom, Parveen. A fitting expression to describe what is going to follow. Cake is after the ceremony.
Lovely. Okay, I trust you with that.
So next I would like to kindly ask Mr. Toaha Qureshi to hand out an award to the best achiever from the postgraduate diploma in business management. And the best achiever is not only going to receive an award, but also a scholarship of 25% towards his top-up for Anglia Ruskin University. May I ask Amir Sethi to come on the stage, please? Amir Sethi. We'll also ask Amir Sethi to crack the secret behind his success. Please, Amir.
Thank you all very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honored guests, Mr. Principal, respected teacher, and class of 2011. I welcome you all to this graduation ceremony. It gives me immense pleasure to see my fellows gathered here today, receiving their PhD certificates. I'm honored to speak to you on this important day of your life. I'll borrow from Martin Luther King here. I too have a dream. I have a dream of receiving an internationally recognized degree from the seat of learning. And today, and I'm sure you'll feel the same way, we feel a step closer to our final goal. A little over a year ago, I was comfortably placed in an environment with already a degree under my belt, working with a reasonable organization. As time passed, I felt stagnated and unrewarded at times. I started to eye a more ambitious and challenging role, and in order to bridge that gap between my skill and the goal I sought, I decided to go for another degree in a different area of interest this time, that's an MBA. Finding a suitable college was not difficult, as LCBMIT stood out from the crowd. The reason was simple. I wanted an internationally recognized degree, but at a reasonable expense. Unfortunately, many of the British students, upon receiving their final degrees, also inherit a loan of £20,000 or so, which they have to pay off through their work. Unfortunately, financially, I'm not in a position to do that, so it had to be at a reasonable expense, and LCBMIT provided exactly that. I belong to an underdeveloped area of Pakistan, and upon arriving at LCBMIT, London being my first foreign destination out of Pakistan ever, I felt a bit nervous and scared. The excitement was too much, the ask was too big, but soon my fears started to shrink when I joined LCBMIT as a student volunteer. I worked there for about 3 months. The experience helped me immensely understand the differences in work environments, social and cultural, and many other differences between Pakistan and United Kingdom. And I'm pleased to see that many of my fellow colleagues are enjoying the same experience today as well. Henry Ford said that a business that only makes money is a very poor business. In that respect, LCBMIT is not concerned with education providing only, but the founder of the college, Mr. Toaha Qureshi, has a history of community services. He is using all the available resources in his capacity to the less privileged students to make a difference in their life through education. And that's exactly what our college logo says, that eradication of poverty through education. He has been working on several projects with the local communities and authorities in eradicating various problems that are being faced today. It would be extremely unfair not to mention of the teachers due to whom we have achieved what we have today, and a round of applause for all our teachers today. They really deserve it. I would like to mention a few names. Time wouldn't allow me to mention all the names, but here are a few I would really like to mention. First of all, I hope a lot of you would agree, Dr. Philippaios, the best strategic management teacher we had ever. He made studying fun and learning at the same time. It's an ability I would like to master, and I wish we could have had more of him. Secondly, Dr. Malik. I guess, and I'm sure that 100% of you would agree with me, his case study oriented approach was a bit difficult for us to follow. Yes, it was. He would arrive in a class with a truckload of case study papers, and we were supposed to go through them in 1 hour and come up with a perfect answer, which was very hard. But what did that do for us? It pushed us to raise our status quo. At least it pushed me to learn. It got me into a habit of reading, which I truly reward him for that. I truly thank him for that, for giving me that beautiful habit of reading. Can't thank him. Dr. Russell and his endless presentations on finance, which will, I hope, and I am sure that we'll find them very useful in our MBA and ACCA, and Mr. Lingard, whose lectures and hands-on experience in leadership inspired us. Mr. Lingard's hands-on experience inspired us to think out of the box as leaders, to come up with solutions, not with explanations. Teachers were not the only source of learning at LCBMIT. I learned a lot from my classmates as well, with friends like Dominic, Amanda, Gulnaz, Nadir, Shabir Bhai, Zuhaib, and many other. Ideas and energy, they were never short. All of us have something in common, and that is that all of us want to excel in our respective field of choosing. Today, we have achieved a milestone of our careers and have moved on to further achieve higher qualifications like MBA and ACCA. I wish you all the best in whatever path you have chosen for yourselves. I sincerely hope that we can make a difference in the society that we presently are and also the society that we belong to. I'm thankful to my family, especially my wife and my 2 younger brothers who have made it all this possible. I feel it's their time. I am investing in my education, and I thank them for allowing me that. And finally, we have to be mindful of the surroundings we are stepping into. The present economic situation, I agree, I hope that most of you would agree, doesn't look very bright, but the horizon does hold something for us. The step ahead, the near future ahead for us will be difficult, but we will have to hold our nerve, we'll have to be determined and strong, and I hope that with an MBA degree or an ACCA degree, we can take on whatever life throws at us. And finally, I end my speech with Nelson Mandela's word that education is the most powerful tool with which you can change the world. Go change. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Amir, for your wonderful speech. I would like to just congratulate you one more time and wish you the best of luck in your business path from now on in real life, yes, once you have finished academic life. Yes, good luck to you all in the future. And now we will be inviting the young and dynamic Director of Corporate Affairs of LCBMIT, Saad Mahmood, to serve his vote of thanks to the graduates and distinguished guests and the celebrating families. Please give a warm welcome to Saad Mahmood.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabriella and Parveen. It's been a spectacular day. I just want to end it by saying congratulations to all of the students that have graduated today. It's been a long road. Many of you have tried to get my time and senior colleagues' time, and it's been a pleasure to really support you, to help you in your path during your studies here, and you are really the epitome of what the student community should be. I would like to pay special thanks to each one of the individual guests that have also joined us here today, accepting our invitation to share their experiences, and of course to congratulate you, because it's all about you. So the final thing left for us to do is, if you can ask all the graduates to stand up, please. Ask all the graduates to stand up. And I think everybody just wants to pay tribute to you. So one final round of applause. Many congratulations. Thank you very much indeed.
Well, it's been an absolute honour. I think it's been a fantastic ceremony. You've got a dedicated body of staff and obviously some very bright, committed graduates, and the ceremony and the achievements are a credit to everyone involved. Well, the college has got to drive the agenda forward itself, but I think central and local government have got to facilitate that. I think central government has got to be accessible. It's got to provide the tools to enable the changes that need to happen. And so what you need are responsive civil servants. And at local level, there obviously are local issues that are important, planning, other local authority support issues. And the local authority needs to obviously play its part too. Well, as I said in my address, I think you guys are a living, breathing example of the big society, which is a core concept at the heart of the coalition government. So we can derive a lot of strength, I think, and also a lot of intellectual inspiration from watching you in action, watching the college and Stockwell Green Community Services develop and play its role in the community. And hopefully what we offer is we are a respected voice within British government politics, and we play a role in shaping policy So hopefully we can provide a forum for you to contribute and raise your profile within the governing party.
I thought today's graduation ceremony was fantastic. What really enthused me was the students and how passionate they were about the qualification that they've obtained and how much they were looking forward to progressing onto master's progression routes. And what it's actually done for me is it's really given me more of an incentive now to go out there and try that little bit harder to ensure that the university progression routes are there in place for your students. It was an absolute honour today to receive the award. Very, very unexpected pleasure.
I thought today's graduation ceremony was absolutely fantastic. It was wonderful to see so many successful students and to celebrate their success and sharing their success with them. For LCBMIT, being a professional partner of Pearson means that they are working closely with us in order to deliver English language preparation in order for students to be assessed using the Pearson Test of English academic assessment. PT Academic is recognised by the UK Border Agency and over 450 institutions in the UK, including the vast majority of UK universities.